Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Fresh Boy Love, and I'm back today with another reaction video. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday, and hope you guys had a great weekend. And today we are going to be reacting to top 20 terrifying horror movie animals. Now, this might be a really good one for me because I personally love horror movies. Horror movies are my all-time favorite type of movies, so this should be cool. So let me know what type of genre of movies you guys like. If you guys do love these reaction videos, I'll be back to posting more. I've been busy with work. I work 2 jobs now, so that's been kind of holding me back a little bit on posting more videos, but I'm going to try to get back into the grind. But if you do love these reaction videos, make sure you guys like, comment, and sub to the channel. The more subs I get, that'll means so much to me. You guys are amazing. I appreciate all the support so far that I do get. But without further ado, let's hop right into this video and check out some scary movie animals.
What in hell are you?
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 horror movie animals.
Oh wow. Cujo. That low-key be one of like the scariest.
For this list,
horror
we're looking at the reptiles,
animal
mammals,
movies ever.
birds, and insects
That's a
that
giant
strike
squid.
fear into movie audiences. Spoilers will be included for some entries. What otherwise cute animal would make a great antagonist in a horror
what the
film?
fuck was
Let us
that?
know in the comments.
Yo, that thing was.
Number 20, Winston
that thing
Church,
was hopping
Pet
on,
Cemetery.
like, his hind leg. That thing was tall as shit. Oh, Pet Cemetery. I seen a new
The
version
death
of
of a
this
family
movie.
pet is obviously
wasn't too bad.
tragic,
It was
but
alright.
sometimes it's best to just move on. After Church has a head-on collision with a truck and loses, the cat is buried in the local pet cemetery. That initially seems to be the end of things, but Church winds up coming back from the grave. However, the cat's likable demeanor has given way to violent outbursts and a disgusting stench. Even after its revival, Church still looks pretty ordinary for a gray cat, but that helps make its deadly acts all the more unsettling.
Be dead!
Damn. That sucks. R.I.P. to that cat.
Number 19, The Sheep, Black Sheep. It's a story as old as time. Man tinkers with Mother Nature bites him on the ass.
The sheep. This man slamming his head to the
And
horn.
into several other body parts for good measure. New Zealand entrepreneur Angus Oldfield's experiments on sheep turn them into man-eaters with an ability to transform humans into were-sheep. Although packed with funny moments, Black Sheep and its characters take the threat of the hungry sheep very seriously, especially during a very haunting funeral scene.
Imagine getting hunted
After
down by
watching
sheep.
Black Sheep,
That's
farm
crazy.
animals might just star in a few more nightmares.
Speak up. Hold him, boys.
Number 18, The Worms, Squirm. While perhaps not pleasant, one worm is manageable. However, thousands of worms stuck in attack mode will put the fear of creepy crawlies into just about anyone.
That's so weird
As
shit.
fun as mutated monstrosities can be,
Imagine
there's
getting
something
killed by
deeply
worms,
unsettling about
though.
killer animals
But that's
that are
low-key,
just
like, a kinda
normal
freaky.
species forced into survival mode. A fallen power line leads to the ground becoming electrified, and armies of worms storm the streets, bars, and boats of a small rural town that is far from prepared to face such an onslaught.
Wait a minute, hand me that candle.
Damn.
While the skin burrowing scenes are gruesome, the close-ups of the worms are also pretty darn scary.
Imagine. That's a lot of worms.
Number 17, the Orca. Orca, the killer whale. Revolving around a sympathetic killer who goes to extremes in the pursuit of
Killer
revenge,
whales are my favorite
Orca's
type of whales.
titular-toothed
I don't
whale
know
is
why, I just always loved
basically
them.
John Wick with fins. Orca the killer whale doesn't hide the fact that it exists in a post-Jaws world, as the film's marine poachers even start out searching for a great white shark before stumbling on an orca. But the deadly mammal's revenge-fueled attacks are undercut with a relatable human emotion that presents the titular killer in a different light.
Damn. You ran through that thing.
This is a marine mammal that will not be stopped until justice is served.
What in hell are you?
What does it look like? It's a whale.
For centuries, dairy
fair
farmers have been going green. And now they're committed to reducing their
What in hell are you?
Number 16, Black Phillip, the witch. With only a couple of appearances throughout the film, Black Phillip makes the most of its few scenes
That's a
and
goat.
almost steals the
That's
show
Tom
in The
Brady.
Witch. Played by a goat named Charlie, who was apparently a nightmare in real life to work with, Black Phillip might just look like livestock. But the animal is far more powerful and dangerous than meets the eye.
Damn. He stormed at him.
Black Phillip is an ever-looming presence throughout the movie, although the goat's malicious intent and influence don't become fully apparent until the witch's blood-soaked third act.
What dost thou want?
Number 15, Crocodile, Black Water. Imagine being trapped in a swamp with a capsized boat, almost no protection, and a patient crocodile.
He must be very patient, or very hungry, or both.
Black Water is an intense horror film that makes fantastic use of practical and CGI effects to craft a terrifying experience. The saltwater crocodile terrorizes the main characters while often remaining out of sight, forcing the humans to take risks while knowing a harbinger of death is waiting to pounce.
Bro, fuck that.
Certain types of animals depend on numbers or movie magic to have a fear factor, but crocodiles only need to exist to have the same impact.
Ew.
Number 14, The Roaches, Creepshow. Combining the
Roaches
talents
are
of
already
George A.
creepy.
Romero, Stephen King, and enough cockroaches to fill a pool, Creepshow's final vignette could easily trigger a case of catsuridophobia. Cockroaches are
That's an
everywhere.
infestation.
They're in the walls, the plumbing, and under the bed. Creepshow's They're Creeping Up on You segment embraces the insect's apparent omnipresent nature to skin-crawling effect.
I hope you die.
That would definitely make my skin crawl.
Mr. Pratt seals himself away from the world and ultimately signs his death warrant after locking a panic room that is not roach-proof. The roaches did not go hungry that night.
Damn, imagine you go in a panic room and they still coming.
Number 13, The Giant Squid, The Beast. Loosely based on a novel by Peter Benchley, who also wrote Jaws, The Beast centers around a giant squid that initially attacks out of hunger. After the death of its child, however, it goes on a rampage. As a TV movie released as a two-part miniseries, The Beast uses its giant antagonist quite sparingly, and the effects are a few notches below cinematic quality.
Damn.
But regardless, the squid's size and mythical nature still make it intimidating. Sometimes, the mere idea of a creature's existence is enough to give you nightmares. Number 12, Ramon, Alligator. The myth of alligators roaming the sewers dates back almost a century, although this 1980 film relocates that rumor from New York to Chicago. Flushing a baby gator sounds like a horrible idea in general, but especially if the reptile begins to feast on experimented upon animals with massive appetites. Flash forward a decade, and Chicago is terrorized by an alligator that's the size of a boat and has a fondness for crashing weddings.
That's crazy.
If
Alligator's
2019's
bigger than-
Crawl is any indication, alligators are just perfect animals for horror films.
Oh, I seen that. Dude, that movie was insane. It was intense. the
Number
whole way.
11, The Boar, Razorback. Australia has a reputation for dangerous wildlife, but snakes and sharks tend to take precedence over wild boars. 1984's Razorback has a simple premise at heart. Boars are destructive and not picky eaters, so it's only natural that a supersized one would be super terrifying.
Damn. This bitch is just sitting there, dude.
Although the boar prop looks a little dated today, Razorback elevates the animal's haunting presence through an overabundance of atmosphere provided by some stunning cinematography.
That man dead. He's a goner.
Ultimately, the thought of becoming pig slop is horrifying enough to leave a lasting impression. Number 10, Ella, Monkey Shines.
Pretty much. She'll use her cage or the toilet, which she can flush.
George A. Romero knows a thing or two about horror, and this 1988 classic demonstrates that a monkey can be just as effective as a zombie. Monkey Shines presents Ella as an initially neutral force, an animal that's only as good or as evil as her master's wants and emotions. Once the monkey's owner becomes overwhelmed by negative thoughts, Ella becomes the weapon that actualizes these desires.
Damn. Monkey on a terror.
In the right hands, Ella could have remained cute and helpful. Instead, the monkey becomes a monster, reflecting her owner's desires and driven by her obsession with him.
That's crazy. Cute little monkey gone wild.
By her obsession with him. Number 9, the rats, Willard. One rat can be scary enough, so a whole horde of the little critters is downright terrifying. Willard proves this point in both the more realistic 1971 original and 2003's stylish remake.
I'm pretty sure that's painful as hell.
The titular protagonist is socially awkward and beaten down by life, but he develops a sense of camaraderie with rats, especially a white rodent named Socrates and a black beast called Ben.
He's obviously just crazy.
When commanded by Willard, the rats attack in legions, leaving bodies in their wake. In an interesting twist, Willard actually turns on Ben, leading the rodent to stage a revolt against the human.
This man raised a rat and
Number 8,
turn it on
the
him.
ticks. Ticks. When it comes to mutated animals, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are apparently outliers, as most tend to become
What the
horrifying rather than
fuck?
helpful. Ticks delivers what's advertised by its title: parasites and plenty of them. A camp in the woods becomes a breeding ground for ticks hopped up on steroids, with a desire to
That's
feast
a
on
big
locals
ass-
and
that's not a
visitors
tick,
alike.
that's a
These
mutated
ticks bite,
spider.
dig, and insert eggs into their victims, leaving them bloated and wishing for death. A super tick also makes an appearance because, of course it does. Don't watch this before you go camping.
That's something serious.
Number 7, the grizzly bear. Grizzly. How do you make an animal with a reputation for being dangerous, accurate or not, even scarier? Just make it really big. It might be cliche, but honestly, it tends to work. Grizzly does just that with this bear, a hulking prehistoric beast that turns a
whole
national
arm
park
came
into its
off.
hunting grounds. The film's success can be partially credited to Teddy, the Kodiak bear who portrayed the titular grizzly and added some legitimacy to the horror. Grizzly might not be the most original film out there, but it plays to its strengths, which principally involves a lot of bear attacks.
Bro, this man is chopping limbs off like nothing. That's crazy.
Number 6, the piranhas. Piranha. What happens when you combine the Vietnam War, government conspiracies, and fish? The answer is the movie Piranha.
David!
I've never seen a piranha.
A
in real
defunct
life.
government operation comes back to haunt a local community and its resort when a school of piranhas heads out for a bite to eat.
Don't do it! Get out of there!
Oh, he
Piranhas
did.
wears its B-movie badge proudly and doesn't take itself too seriously. But that doesn't mean the sharp teeth raging beneath the waters aren't menacing. Piranhas proved to be such great horror animals that the 1978 film ended up spawning a sequel and even 2 remakes. Number 5, Judas Breed, Mimic. A mantis and a termite might be fine on their own, but fuse those 2 together and all hell breaks loose.
Dude, that looks like, I don't know what that is. Worse than Godzilla.
Mimic's Judas breed was created by scientists to eradicate a disease spread by cockroaches. But the insects evolved at such a rapid pace that they learned how to masquerade as humans within a few years.
These things can imitate us, they can infiltrate us, and breed a legion before anyone would even notice.
The design of Guillermo del Toro's Judas breed
Bro,
bugs
that
is
thing
nothing
is
short of nightmare-inducing, to the point that the mutated bugs almost come across as alien. As horror movies have shown time and time again, mess with nature and it will retaliate with human-sized insects. Number 4, the crocodile, Rogue. A horror animal cannot fully succeed on its own, as it needs well-written human characters to hunt. Rogue is more than just a grisly flick about a crocodile killing a group of humans marooned in its territory. The film takes the time necessary to develop its characters, naturally heightening the tension once the action escalates. Rogue's crocodile is also an impressive work of art that looks incredibly convincing, while its attacks are vicious and unapologetically gruesome.
Damn, that boy got
Rogue and its crocodile are right up there with the best the horror genre has to offer.
That's crazy. That man got fucked up. He didn't even stand a chance.
It is time.
So many ads.
Number 3, Cujo. Cujo.
Cujo. That's one of my favorite movies.
Fear of the unknown
Kinda
is a
scary, though,
popular and
'cause
powerful
this
theme in
dog
horror
was, like,
films,
big as
but
hell.
there's a lot to be said about twisting something familiar. Dogs are known as man's best friend for a reason, and Cujo uses that sense of comfort to its advantage. Cujo is a perfectly normal Saint Bernard who turns rabid after a fateful encounter with a bat, transforming the dog from an ally to a killer with an impressive body count. While there are bigger and more dangerous animals out there, most are unlikely to be happily sharing someone's home. Number 2, The Birds. The Birds.
The Birds.
Carefully paced and brilliantly acted, Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds starts as a character-driven drama before delving into horror territory without ever betraying its emotional component. Things start relatively small with an isolated attack, but Bodega Bay eventually becomes overrun with sparrows, gulls, and the iconic crows.
That's kind of scary. Look,
The Birds relies on atmosphere, editing, and the foreboding presence of its eponymous threats to achieve its scares. The slow build makes the scenes when the animals finally attack all the more terrifying, and few sequences in horror are quite as memorable as the playground scene. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions. The Savo
Let's see
Man-Eaters,
what the number
The
one
Ghost and the
pick
Darkness.
is.
These lions are at least somewhat based on historical events.
Line attack. Gruesome.
Link. Link. Sometimes it's better to just sever any connection.
Another monkey gone bad.
Rat, of unknown origin. Peter Weller sells this rodent as the ultimate pest.
That's a big ass rat. This man been eating vegetables and fruit since the day he was born.
Insects. Phenomena. Even when they're good, swarms of insects are still the stuff of nightmares.
That's facts. It's like a plague.
Tarantula. Tarantula. This tarantula is almost big enough to be a kaiju.
You can ride that tarantula like a camel. That thing's huge.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option
Make sure
to
y'all
be notified
make
for
sure y'all sub
occasional
to them,
videos
and make sure
or
y'all
all
sub
of
to
them.
me.
If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Bruce. Jaws.
Oh, they got Jaws number one. That figures.
The definitive horror movie about a
Everybody
rampant animal,
hates great
Jaws
white
deserves
sharks.
at least
So
partial
terrifying.
credit for the sheer volume of man versus beast films that have come out over the decades. As Steven Spielberg and his team had to work around an underwhelming prop for their great white shark, Bruce rarely makes an appearance throughout the film. This restriction ended up heightening Jaws' impact, as knowing a shark is lurking below is scarier than constantly seeing it in action. Bruce is a force of nature, an implacable eating machine
This
that's
man's been
almost
stabbed and
impossible to
shot
kill.
at, and this shark is still swimming. This man's a beast. Damn, he blew his whole gut up.
Do you agree with our picks?
That's crazy.
Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
Alright, y'all, that's gonna be it for today's reaction video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys did, make sure you guys leave a like, a comment, and sub to the channel. That'll mean a lot to me. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Peace.